Hey guys, Mr. Florio. If you guys can open up in the class notes, you should see slope 3-point slope form. I want you guys to take notes and follow along, and we'll see if you can do some of these practice problems on your own. If someone can grab like the mouse and pause it so people can copy down what I'm writing, and then play when everyone's ready, that'd be great. Um, yeah, but the first one, graph the following equation on Desmo. So we're gonna put this into the website. I'll put a screenshot in, and then I want to see if we can come up with something that we notice and wonder. This is actually a different form of a linear equation. The ones that we've seen so far is the usual y equals mx plus b, which we call point slope form. The other one that you guys worked with a couple times last week was standard form. Ax plus by equals c. That's what we call it, standard form. And this is a new one, but I'm going to leave it alone for now. So let's open up Desmos and put that equation in. Y minus 2 equals 5. Okay, we get another line, and I'm going to snip it in. Just come down here and start typing SN for snip, and then the tool will come up. When this comes in, just hit new, and then we can click and drag, and it'll be there. Then right click, copy, and then we'll paste it. All right, I'm going to go back to the website first, though. So what did I want you to notice? This doesn't look like the y mx plus b that we're used to, but I don't know. This 2/3 is in front of the x minus 5. It kind of seems like what the slope might be. So we can check that. Let's find a point on the line. So we got that point there, 2, 0. And where did the crosshairs come? Like right here. No. Let's go. Oh, perfect. Right here. All right, so we got the point 5, 2 on the graph. So if you want to find the slope, we can find it between these 2 points. So just count how much we go up and how much we go over. It goes up to 2, and then it goes over from 2 to 5. So it's going to go over 3. So up 2 over 3. This actually is the slope. The other thing to recognize is this 0.52 showed up on the line. And this 5 right here is where that 5 is coming from. And this 2 here is where that 2 is coming from. So the purpose of this form of a linear equation is just so that if you're just given a point in the slope, you can write the equation quickly by using this. So this is next one, point slope form. So you're given a point, and that goes right here, and you're given the slope, then all you need to do is plug it into that formula, and you're done. So here, we got our point 2, 3. I bet that's going to be on the graph. And the slope is going to be negative 3 over 4. So let's plot that and see if that checks out. So it's the point 2, 3 on this. Let's see. Sure is. Cool. And is the slope negative 3/4? So we're at 3. We're at 3, and we're going down to 0. So down 3. Then I'm going from 2 to 6. So I'm going over 4. So we do have 3 over 4, and it's going downhill, so it is negative. So it checks out. Does it hold true? Yes. Okay. All right, so what happens if these are pluses? Do we think the 0.23 is going to be on it? And do we think the slope is still going to be negative 3/4? Let's find out. So make this plus. What happened? Come on. Oh, there it is. All right, so 2/3 isn't on it. What point is on it? You got a point right here, -2, -3. So if you're thinking about it, when you see the plus signs there, the point that's on the graph is going to be the opposite. So instead of +2, +3, it's actually -2, -3, but the slope is still negative 3/4. Let's see. And we still have -6, on this one. So this one's going to go down to 3 because it's going from 0 to -3. And then over 4, it's going from -6 to -2. So that checks out. So this is not on the graph. I just got to put a negative in front of him, and that was on the line. And that was the slope still. So determine the slope and a point on the line that passes through the following two equations. I'm just going to put the general formula here. So the slope is going to be this guy right here, so 5/4. And a point that's not going to be on the line. If this is a plus, remember it's going to be the opposite of that. So the x is going to be -3. Oh, that should be x1. The y value, so the minus and minus match, so it's just going to be that 7. So you can think of it as it's like the opposite of the sign. This one here, the slope is still the same thing. It's going to be -2/3. And we got x minus x1, so x1 is going to be +1. And we have a +4, so it's going to be y coordinate is going to be -4. Okay. So now I'm giving you a slope and a point, write the equation. So our equation is going to be in this form. And what we need to do is we need to put the coordinates in there and the slope in there, and we're done. So we have x1, y1 right here. That's just one of the points on the line. And there's my slope. So y minus y1, which is going to be 7, equals m, which is that -2/5. Oops. Times x minus x1. So it's a -5, so this is going to be a plus. It's the opposite sign, 5. Okay? So if we graph that, that'll give us, that's the equation of the line with the slope -2/5 that goes to that point. So same thing over here. My answer is going to look something like this. So we're going to have y minus y1, so it's -4, so it's going to be +4. M is 5/2. X minus x2, so it's going to be -2. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. These two examples aren't going to be much different. Give 2 ways, given 2 points on a line, write the equation now in point slope form. This time you're given 2 points instead of 1 point in the slope. So we just need to find the slope, but we know how to do that. I'm given 2 points. We did this up before. It's rise over run, and find the rise difference of your y coordinates. And the run is the difference in your x coordinates. So if I call this x1, y1, and x2, y2. we just got to do some subtraction here. So y2 minus y1 is going to be 2 minus negative 4. And x2 minus x1 is going to be 3 minus 1. So we have a double negative here. So 2 minus negative 4 is the same thing as 2 plus 4, also known as 6. And 3 minus 1 is 2. And 6 divided by 2 comes out to a nice number. That's just 3. So I have a slope and I have a point. It's asking me to write two different equations. I'm going to write one equation with the first point, and then I'm going to write a second equation with the second point, because it doesn't matter which point we use. It's going to still be the same line. So I'm going to use this first point here, y minus y1. So we're going to be plus 4 instead of minus 4. It's the opposite. Equals m, which is 3, times x minus x1. So x1 is positive 1, so it's going to be minus 1. And that's it. I'm going to do the same thing now, but I'm going to use this point instead. 3, 2. So y minus y2 in this case is going to be y minus that 2 right here. And then the slope is still 3. And then x minus the x of x coordinate. And that's it. Okay. So now we have another one right here. And you can pause the video and try this one yourselves. But I'm going to keep going, and then you can see how you did. But the first thing, find the slope again. So slope, rise over run. Rise is the difference in my y's. The run is the difference in my horizontal direction. So negative 12 minus 8 over negative 1 minus 4. It's going to be negative 20 over negative 5. Ooh, that comes out to a positive, a double negative. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So we got our slope. So if I want the equation, I'm going to first use, let's use this point right here. Y minus y1, which is 8, equals m, which is 4, times x minus x1, which is also 4. If I'm going to use this point right here, I can make another equation of the same line. Y minus y2, so the negative 12 means I'm going to have a plus here. And then 4 times x, and then x, the x coordinate is negative 1, so it's going to be plus 1. And that's it. Okay. All right, so these last two questions are word problems. I want you guys to try these ones on your own. But I'll try to give you some hints before you start. This picture right here tells you the cost of newspaper ads for 1 week, and it's a linear function of the number of lines in the ad. So the cost for 3, 5, and 10 lines are given. Write an equation in point slope form that represents the ad cost, and then find the cost of an ad that is 18 lines long. So think of this as your x coordinates and your y coordinates. You're actually given 3 coordinates. 3 lines cost $13.50. 5 lines cost $18.50. And 10 lines cost $31.50. Oh, excuse me, just 31. So you have 3 points. To write the equation in point slope form, you only need one of these points, but you also need the slope. So we have 3 points to choose from, but we need to find the slope. So pick any 2 of these points to find the slope from. And when I did, I used the first ones. So see if you can find the slope. It comes out to a nice whole number. And then to write the equation, it's going to be y minus whatever y1 is, whichever point you want to use, equals m, which is whatever you get here, times x minus whatever you get for x1. And you could pick any of these points. This question here is going to go similarly, so I'm not going to give you any more hints, but give that a try.